is Tara Workington, and this is my 8th grade COV. 10 things from my years at Vita. I took figure sculpting as a design lab for 2 semesters. I started choir. I started to do dance PE. I made loads of new friends, and I went to the SeaWorld 7th grade field trip. I started to play ice hockey. I got a new dog named Daly. He's an English Springer Spaniel with a lot of spunk. I played basketball in 6th grade, but then eventually quit playing basketball. I have a twin, and I've improved a lot in public speaking. Some of my growths have been in science, where I have learned to ask questions and focus more in on the smaller details and also the bigger picture. I've also had a lot of growth in field hockey. I went from a little 6th grader who has not ever touched a field hockey stick or a field hockey ball or a field hockey field. I also had a lot of growth in dance PE. I went from a 6th grader that didn't know how to dance at all to being able to choreograph whole 30-second dances on my own. I've also I've forged a better relationship with my sisters, Kaylee and Tracy. Kaylee's right here right now. And I've also had a lot of growth in my confidence. That's a photo of me in 6th grade, and I did not know how to style my hair. My biggest growth has been in my confidence. So I wrote a personal narrative at the beginning of the year for ELA about a time when we felt a really big emotion, and I decided to write about 5th grade because 5th grade was one of the toughest years of my life, and I'll read it to you now. I stood on, oh, by the way, the kids in this story are not at this school. They go to MOK in Oceanside School District. I stood on the basketball court of the 5th grade playground at Ivy Ranch Elementary School, waiting for Camden and Aiden to start choosing the teams. Levi, Aiden says, choosing his first player. Levi, who is standing next to me, walks over, standing next to Aiden, whispering something to him, making them both laugh. I choose Amari, Camden says. Amari walking over, standing by him, grinning, always grinning, that stupid, annoying grin, always interrupting class. I stood there silently, just me, Samad, Anthony, and Ethan. I choose Samad, Camden says. Anthony, Aiden says. I don't know why I got my hopes up. I always get chosen last. I guess we will take Tara, Aiden says it like I suck, when I don't. I wanted to get mad, but I couldn't. I just felt numb to it at this point. Later on, during the game, I had a clear shot. I was wide open with no one guarding me. Aiden was taking the ball up the court. I'm open, I call out for the ball. He looks at me and passes it to Ethan, who can't even make a layup. He goes to shoot and misses, and of course it's my fault. It's always my fault. The other team gets the ball and makes 2 more points before we come back into possession of the ball again. Finally, I have the ball. I take a shot and miss. Bro, what the hell was that, Aiden says, even though I had nearly made it in. I didn't really care what he said. I had gotten used to it. I had developed a sort of numbness to their words. Yet, for some reason, every time they said something rude, my shoulders always seemed to get a little heavier. As we went to class, my feet dragged, my shoulders slumped. I stayed at the back of the line, my eyes on my feet. His words played in my head. You're so bad. I took my seat at the back of the class. Are you okay? The teacher's aide asked me. I nodded, not daring to speak. I wanted to cry, but crying at school is for kindergartners. So I sat there in the back of the class, feeling like the weight of the world was on my shoulders. Soon class ended, and it was time to go to AMPM and do nothing until my dad came to pick me up. We do practically nothing during AMPM, well, the others do, but I get to help with the kindergartners. I usually just sit and watch them play around and occasionally help with their pointless squabbles about someone cheating at a game that's impossible to cheat at. But to them, that game is the whole world. Just like how in 5th grade at Ivy Ranch Elementary School, basketball was my whole world. And so on 5th grade graduation, I decided that since they took my voice away, they took my confidence away, I decided I was gonna grow and be a better person and be kind to all who are around me and lift others up. And my friends have really helped me gain back my confidence. My strengths. Some of my strengths include math, art, field hockey, public speaking, and being social. I love numbers. I am probably the best at math in my family, other than my dad, because he's currently going back to college for an MBA. And I'm also really good at art because I like to pay attention to little details. And that's a memorial photo or a painting of my dog that I painted last year. And field hockey, I've grown so much, and it's one of the only sports that I can confidently make like quick minute decisions in a game. Public speaking, I love talking, especially about myself if you couldn't tell. And being social, I can talk with anyone, I can make friends with anyone. And I just like talking to people. I like being around people because being around people makes me happy. My biggest strength is definitely in math because I have a funny story that happened about a month or two ago in Miss Cruz's class. Miss Cruz, she's a great teacher, really nice. But we were working on finding the slope and y-intercept of graphed lines. And Ms. Cruz said that the last problem was a little bit hard and she'd understand if most of us if we got it wrong. And she was having kids call out the answers. So I raised my hand to answer the last question. I don't remember the answer, but it was correct. And then she was like, "Oh, great job, Tara, you got it correct." And a student in the front row, I believe, shouted out, "Bro, she's Einstein," and then other kids started to call me Einstein. Nowhere near his level of education, but hey, from that moment, I learned that I'm good at math, and I started to help my friends with math that are in 8th grade math. I can't help with integrated 1 math, even though I should have taken it. But I've started to help them, I've started to tutor them, and now their grades are getting better because I'm helping them. And being good at math opens up so many job opportunities. I can be a clinical chemist, I can do engineering, I can be a mechanic. Anything, most every single job in the world includes math. Some of my challenges. One of my biggest challenges out of all of middle school has been with my twin sister. We fight a lot for pointless reasons.
They're not pointless.
They are. And also with my friends, because I'm constantly thinking, are my friends actually friends with me because they want to be friends with me, or are they friends with me because I make them look smarter, or because I make them look prettier? And I've got to know that my friends are friends with me because they want to be friends with me, and they like me. And I really struggle with turning work in on time. I often wait till the last minute to turn stuff in, which is not good. Don't do that. My biggest challenge has been with my sister. And in 6th grade, earlier this year, I was sitting with my friends at our lunch table, like we always do at lunch. And we were eating and talking about something pointless, I forgot. And Kaylee came up. And started to beg for food, and she was like a little annoying fly in my ear, constantly bugging me. She's like that one annoying piece of gum on the bottom of your shoe that won't go away. And so I finally had enough of her, And I yelled at her, "Go away, you're being such a brat," which made her sad and made her mad at me. And your other half being mad at you is the worst feeling in the world. I felt bad, I felt guilty. But I'm not going to say sorry because I know I was right. And so at the end of the day, I asked Kaylee for some help on something. I think it was like math homework or something, or ELA. ELA probably. And she got mad at me and was like, "No, you can do it yourself." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, you're being such a brat." And she got even madder at me, and that really hurt me because my entire world revolves around her because I love her. She's my twin. I share a room with her. I've shared a room with her since we were born. We've shared friends since we were little. We've shared a lot of the same teachers. We still do. And so I was like stewing in my anger until Zoe finally forced me to say sorry. So I forced my anger to subside and said sorry. The worst part about that experience was that I was angry, but most of all, I felt guilty for yelling at my sister. And I've learned from that sometimes I need to share my friends with my sister, even if I don't want to share them. My plans for the future. Next year, I'm going to go to Mission Vista High School, and I'm going to try out for their field hockey team, which I am currently doing like little extra practices on Sundays with their JV team so that I'm prepared for the team next year, because field hockey is a cut sport in Mission Vista. And then after high school, I want to be a dog groomer or a dog trainer, anything with dogs. I just love dogs, and about once a month I bathe my dog daily. I don't get paid for it, sadly. We will never forget Grandpa Mahoney, aka Eddie V. Mahoney. He served 4 years in Vietnam, and he served 30 years as a police officer in Malvern, New York. He is the best grandpa on earth. He has helped me grow into the confident young woman I am now today. Even though I only knew him for 5 years, he was a big staple in my life. And he's helped me learn what I want in a relationship, in a future relationship. He's helped me see that I want a guy that treats me with respect, that respects my friends most of all, and respects my family. Thank you to everyone who is here today to watch my COV, and thank you to all of my friends and family and teachers that got me here today.